Hi cuties, today we're gonna go through every single dollar that I spent in the month of October. October was a very full month, and sometimes a full month can equal an expensive month, and that is exactly what happened in October. I always know that October, November, December are usually on the higher end for spending, and that's because of the holiday season, but also because I pay my car insurance yearly. That usually comes up October, November. I also got a new car last year, so I knew that my insurance was probably gonna go up slightly this year. So I will give you all of those totals, but first let's talk about how my money feels. I've been a bit avoidant with my money. I haven't really been facing the numbers, probably because it was a higher spend month. So we're gonna do that together today, but also because I hit some pretty important financial goals this year. And so I figured that I could take a bit of a step back and relax a little bit and kind of breathe a sigh of relief and be like, okay, Mel, you've hit some really important investment goals. So just like relax, be proud of yourself for a second, and just try to enjoy. So I don't know, I feel conflicted. I feel on one hand, I don't like how much money I spent in October, but again, with the car insurance, like I couldn't really have done it any differently. And on the other hand, I am happy with where I'm at with my money, so I don't need to beat myself up over a high spend month, if that makes sense. So I honestly don't have that much to say in terms of how my money is feeling. I feel neutral about it. I feel like positive in some ways and negative in some ways. And I think that that's normal. I think that you're never gonna feel just one way about your money. It's so complicated. It's so personal. It's so nuanced. And there's gonna be things within your money sphere that you're happy about, and then things that you wanna work on, and even things that you're really unhappy about. And I think that's okay. And just kind of recognizing the varying feelings can be helpful just to understand where you're at and what you need to work on. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Let's just go through this crazy month. And why was it so crazy? It was crazy because I was busy at work. I had lots of personal commitments going on. I went on a work trip. I don't know, I kind of forget why it was so crazy, but when we go through each transaction, I'm sure I will be reminded of why it was so crazy. So let's just get straight into it. So in October, I spent a total of $6,428. That's a lot. Like I said, most expensive month of the year. It's okay. So let's go through each category. I'm gonna start with the most expensive category, which this month was transportation. So again, car insurance. Transportation in total cost me $2,386. My next most expensive category was home at $1,082. Next was health, $490. Clothes, $474. Groceries, $333. Beauty, $298, personal care, $272, restaurants and takeout, $268, subscriptions, $235, coffee, $182. We'll talk about it. Entertainment, $185, gifts and charity, $158, treats, which is a new category, $65. I just realized that I was buying myself like ice cream, and it was like, do I put this in restaurants and takeout, or do I put this in groceries? So anyways, treats, for a total of $6,428. Here's the thing. I also invested $2,100, which is great. That's actually on the higher end for me this year. So I'm very happy about that. How I was able to do that, because when you add this all up, did I make almost $9,000 in the month? No. I had $2,000 in a sinking fund to pay for my car insurance. So that took care of that. And that is my number one tip. If you have a big bill coming up, open a sinking fund and have automatic transfers go in there. So for me, I've been paying my car insurance yearly for the past maybe 5 years, and I've been using this tip, and it's amazing because then when the big bill comes, it doesn't suck that much because the money is there. I just charge it on my credit card, I transfer the money, whoop, and pay for it. And then, yeah, it's a big bill, but I had already saved up for it. So for me, my car insurance is the biggest bill that I have to save for in the year. For you, it may be something different. Maybe it's your property taxes. I don't know what it is for you. It could be your car insurance. The reason why I pay my car insurance yearly is because I can't pay monthly with a credit card. I can only pay yearly with a credit card, and I want my credit card points. And I also just don't love having lots of monthly expenses. Like, I hate that my subscriptions are $235. I just find that everything nowadays is a subscription model, and it just like really adds up. And so I don't like the idea. I've never paid for my car insurance monthly. I've only ever done yearly. It works for me. Right now, my car insurance sinking fund is at 0. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, okay, 2,000 divided by 12. I'm gonna see what I need to set up for auto transfers every month. And then what I'll do is like, okay, so let's see, 2,000, I mean, I should really be able to do this math, but 2,000 divided by 12. So that means $166 should be going every month into the sinking fund. Again, that feels a little bit high because it kind of feels like another subscription cost. So what I'll do is if I have an extra $100 or $200 at any point in the year, I'll just put that in there and then I'll calculate my new total. So then like throughout the year, my monthly contribution can decrease. So I don't know, it works really well for me. I highly recommend trying it if you haven't. But anyways, those are my totals. Yeah, they feel a little scary, but without the car insurance, it's like a pretty normal month. So again, I don't want to get too hung up on it. Okay, so let's go through these. So car insurance, I was just talking about it, $2,023. My car insurance for my old car, which my old car was a 2003 Toyota Corolla, and my new car is a 2019 Hyundai Kona. My old car, the car insurance was $1,800 something, and then my new car insurance is just over $2,000. So it's a difference of around $200. I don't really know how insurance works. I would assume, you know, that my new car is worth more, and so you have to, it needs more insurance. I don't really know. I'm okay with this number of car insurance. I know Max is quite expensive just because he's a male of a certain age and they are riskier drivers. Anyways, I'm okay with this number. Does it suck paying every year? Yes. Is it worse in other cities? Yes. So I'm fine with it. So that was the big one. Oh, and then another one. Oh, your girl had car trouble this month. This is why the month was also so crazy. I had 1 week in October that was like the week from hell, particularly with my car, okay? So it was Thanksgiving weekend. Mac and I were about to drive to his parents' place for Thanksgiving dinner. We were taking my car. Usually we'll take my car when we're going to his parents because I will often drive us home because I don't drink anymore. And so Mac will have a couple drinks and then I'll be able to drive us home. So it's easier for me to jump into my own car and drive us home. Although I do drive Mac's car sometimes. Anyways, the car didn't start. So I was like, what? So we jumped into his car and drove over there. And this was really testing my, not my patience, but like my reactivity. I really just tried to like keep calm. The next day we had plans with my family, so we were gonna be out all day. And then it was in the afternoon that I had time to call AMA. I've had AMA since I was a teenager. I've never really used it. This is the thing that you don't think you need it until you need it, okay? So anyways, we had AMA come out, the guy tested the battery and the battery read like bad, needs replacing, which was disappointing because I just bought the car last summer and you know, it had been tested and everything looked good then. So something happened with the battery. I don't know. I'm trying not to look too much into it. It is what it is. And I'm very proud of how I handled this situation. The guy had to phone another guy to bring this battery. He replaced the battery and it cost me $315. It was gonna cost me more, but Mac had a plus membership and mine was a basic membership, and because we're in the same household, he gave us a deal. He gave us like the plus deal. So anyways, got the new battery. I'm happy that it happened then because Calgary winters are crazy and I didn't want that to happen in the dead of winter. It also happened when the car was parked at home. It could have happened, we had just driven to Nelson and I had just driven to Kananaskis and Banff. I think I've done 3 trips in that car and it was fine. So I'm glad that the battery died at home. But anyways, that was very annoying. And then later in the week, I did get into a minor car accident, which, yeah, this is totally why this month was so crazy. I'm like, what happened in October? I don't have to pay for the repair for that until December. So we're just not even going to talk about that. If you watch the vlog, you know. But that was a bad car week. So anyways, car insurance, then car battery. I filled up with gas one time for $40.52. I would have filled up gas like multiple times, but because a lot of these trips that I took, like going to Banff and Kananaskis were work trips, then I would have expensed my gas. So I think I probably filled up 3 or 4 times in the month, but only one of them was a personal expense. And then I spent $7 on parking in Banff. And what was this for? I don't know. I was just in Banff and parking. And that's it for transportation. So there's only 4 transactions for $2,385. Moving on. All right, for home. So as always, my first expense in the month is rent. My half is $837.50. My next highest expense was Christmas decor. So I saw this advent calendar on TikTok from Simon's and it was so cute. And basically it's like a cloth advent calendar and you can add your own little things into it. And I like doing Vlogmas, and so I thought how cute if I made my own advent calendar. And I was thinking I could buy myself little gifts and I could get Mac to put them in each slot so I don't know which one is coming up. Anyways, I saw it on TikTok. It was a viral video. I was like, oh, this is gonna sell out for sure, so I must buy this right now. So I went on to Simon's. Simon's honestly has the best home stuff. So I bought a couple of Christmas things. I bought that advent calendar, I bought a mug, I bought some little doilies, and then I also bought some little mice Christmas ornaments that are skiing because Mac is all excited about skiing this year. He is a skier, he's just picking it back up. I'm excited to learn how to ski, so I knew that he'd be so excited, and these little ornaments are so cute. Anyways, it was $90.83. So didn't break the bank, but did I need to be buying Christmas decorations in October? No, but TikTok will get you. Next is our internet. My half is $71.40. If you live in Calgary, how much do you pay for internet? It feels like a lot to me to be almost $150 a month for internet, but who am I to know? I bought garbage bags from Shoppers for $15.52. That would have been my half. When I was in Banff, I bought this random souvenir magnet, which I put into home. That was $5. I bought Kleenex, stain remover, and freezer bags from Shoppers for $11. Anytime I buy home stuff, that would be split between me and Mac. And then our energy bill, I always just put $50 on average. Mac pays for this bill and he's not good at updating his spreadsheets like I am, and so I just put $50. So I actually don't really know how much it is, but c'est la vie. So home was just over $1,000. Next is health. So health. 2 gym payments. Have I been going to the gym? No, thank you for asking. Because we know that we're gonna move soon, we just were like, we're not gonna cancel our gym membership until we know that we're moving. Because if we cancel it, then there's no chance of us even going, but if we don't cancel it, there's a chance that we could go. I don't know what this thinking is, but it's because it's relatively cheap, so it's $60 for the full month. I spent $153 on supplements from this brand called Wellex. It's this supplement called like I See Well, which is a supplement specifically for this bladder condition that I have. Have they been working? I don't know. Are they very expensive? Yes. I bought a walking pad. This was so exciting. Okay, actually, I put this in here. It was $210. I got it on, what was that, Amazon Prime Day. I actually submitted this to my wellness expense account that I have with work, where I have a couple $100s per year. So I actually didn't pay for this out of pocket, so I could actually delete this out of here, but I did want to tell you about it. So that's why I left it in. And then, oh, I hit my therapy max on Mac's plan. I'd hit mine way earlier in the year, but Mac had $1,500 worth of therapy that I could have. And I hit the max. I mean, therapy's so expensive, that's only like 6 sessions, but I had to pay $55 for the leftover of one of my sessions. I also had to buy Tylenol when I was in Banff because I had a headache. $11. That was all for health. It's been worse, so we're okay. Clothes. I was also thinking, do I need a category for shoes? And then I was thinking, Mel, how often are you buying shoes? But I actually love shoes, and sometimes in my clothing budget, what really is taking up the majority of it is shoes. So I wanted to get some winter boots for commuting to the office. I don't need anything crazy. I just needed something that would like keep me warm, you know, walking to my car, getting in my car, driving, going to the office, and then taking my boots off and then switching into shoes for the day, because we always take our winter boots off because otherwise we track, like it's all wet in the office, whatever. So I ended up ordering some boots from, where is it from? Oh, Soft Mock. They were these Columbia boots. They were really cute, but when they came in, they were just too tight. And so I went to go see if they had them in store. They didn't. I didn't feel like returning them and getting them back again, so I ended up just returning them at Soft Mock. And then I went to Little Burgundy and I ended up getting these North Face kind of slippers. Again, these are not winter boots, but they're gonna be like my commuter shoes, and I think they're so cute and they're kind of just iconic. So I bought and returned the Soft Mock Columbia boots, and then I bought these slippers from Little Burgundy, and those were $95. Ooh, this was cool. I bought some clothes from Old Navy for $125. I bought a sweater, some shoes, which don't fit me and are in my car and I need to return. What else? A t-shirt and maybe one other thing. Oh, and then that viral barn jacket that is brown. Super cute. But I bought this from Old Navy, and then like 2 days later, there was a huge sale. It was like 50% off. And so I heard from a Little Birdie that you could ask them to kind of price match. So I went on chat and I asked, and it was so easy, and they refunded me $47.50. So that was amazing. So that was a slay. I went to Marshall's and I bought a denim shirt, which I've already gotten so much wear out of, a purse and some earrings for $101. And then the only other clothes that I bought is I got some clothes from Arc'teryx. Mac works for Arc'teryx. He gets a really good discount. I got a hoodie, socks, a hat, and a shirt. And I put around $200. Mac hasn't told me exactly how much it is yet, but around there. And because Arc'teryx is like outerwear, could that maybe be under health instead of clothes? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, groceries. So groceries, pretty light this month, honestly, and most of it came from, I ordered some protein shakes from Amazon. I ordered the vanilla Fairlife protein shakes because they're so hard to find, and I spent $108 on them. How many did I get? Like 16 or 18? Not enough for that price, but they are very good. And then I got dinner ingredients from Safeway one night for $17, another Safeway run for $50. We were doing a mocktail to bring for Thanksgiving dinner from Superstore, $26. Snacks from Blush Lane, $32. A big grocery haul from Superstore, my half was $65. All of this would have been half, unless I'm getting like snacks and treats for myself. Like this time, Blush Lane, I got salad and almond butter for myself, so that was $35. And that's it. So to be honest, there's probably another Superstore grocery haul that just didn't make it in here, but we were pretty light on groceries this month. I don't know if that means that it was because we had lots of takeout. Beauty. Okay, I got my hair cut and colored for $137. If you've been following along the journey, I started covering up my grays and it's been amazing. And every month I go and I get my roots touched up, and that's about $60. And then every maybe like third time I'll get my hair cut and just like trimmed a little bit. And so that was $140. So it's usually not that expensive because I usually just get my roots dyed. So I'm happy to pay that. I have been on my press-on journey. I had to get some like neutral nails because I was doing a photo shoot for work and I had to have neutral nails. I couldn't have like funky nails. So I bought some press-ons from Shoppers for $16. And then I bought like a haul of 6 different press-on nails from this local gal that I have been buying my nails from, and that was $144. I have received them and they're so cute, but unfortunately the sizing is a bit off. I asked her if something had changed in her sizing, and she said that she had gotten a new batch of nails and she noticed that the material was a bit different, but she didn't notice that the size was different. And unfortunately, they were just too big, like they were too oversized for my nails. So she's currently remaking them, which I feel bad about, but they're not really wearable. They're like way too big. And you know, when you don't want to have nails too big as press-ons, because then it's like a dead giveaway and they just look bad. So anyways, I am still waiting on those updated nails, but they're so cute. I got 6 sets for $144 and she's currently remaking them. So that's very nice. I will have to send her a tip. Personal care. Okay. Shoppers, candy and tights, lol, $15. Shoppers, floss, toothpaste, and micellar water, $15. Pajamas from Winners, $31. Laser hair removal, $210. I've been on my laser hair removal journey. It's been fantastic. And I think I think I have a session on Saturday and it's maybe my 5th session. It's expensive, but I think it's so worth it, and I'm not even done yet. Restaurants and takeout. Woof. There's a lot of transactions in here. Okay. Uber Eats, $17. Uber Eats, $18. Noodle Box, $23. Latte and snack from the Banff Springs, $13. Starbucks for me and my coworkers, $26. A&W for dinner, $16. Bluebird, which is a restaurant in Banff where I got breakfast with my friend Jill, $30. Coffee and yogurt at Sud and Sally in Banff, $15. Uber Eats, Seed and Salt, $23. A&W lunch for me and my nephew, $17. Lunch from this convenience store, $7. Skip the Dishes dinner, $25. Skip the Dishes sushi, $36. Mel, what the hell happened this month? What happened? This is way more Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes than I normally do. So for November, we're gonna be trying to cut that back a little bit. Subscriptions. I paid $15 in credit card interest because I don't know. I normally don't pay interest, but sometimes I do, I guess. I bought a brick, which is like a social media blocker it's like a physical brick that you brick your phone and it locks you out of apps, and then you need the brick to like unlock it. It was $101. So far I've been loving it. I put that under subscriptions because I didn't know where else to put it. My cell phone bill was $67. iCloud storage was $4. Netflix monthly subscription, my half is $11. My Oura Ring monthly subscription, $8. Spotify monthly subscription, $13. And Apple Care protection for my iPhone, $14. I am wanting to buy a new phone. I'm just talking about how expensive the month is, but I am wanting to buy a new phone. I have the 14 Pro Max. It has served me well, but I use my phone for work all the time and I need it for content. And you know when the camera just gets bad with every new iPhone that comes out? So if you have the newest iPhone, tell me, do I need it? I don't really know what I want you to tell me, yes or no. Okay, coffee. Oh my goodness, I have some explaining to do here. Okay, so if you've been following along, I have been implementing this new system where I give myself $50 cash every month to spend on coffee guilt-free. And this has really worked well for me because before I implemented this system, coffee is something that I love to get out. It's just like a fun little treat, but I also don't want to feel guilty every time I'm spending $7, $8 on a latte, because that's just what it costs these days. And yeah, it hurts, but I just wanted to have a way where I could spend it intentionally and not feel guilty about it. So that was working really well. However, I keep forgetting that I have that little pouch because I've been so used to tapping my credit card. I never pay cash for anything else, and I haven't for years. And so I just keep forgetting about it. So for October, I will have to look, but I must have like $20 or something left in my cash account. So I'll just keep that for November, but I just keep forgetting about it. And I also bought Nespresso in October. So my coffee budget was quite large. So I have that coffee cash monthly allowance for $50. That's like my first transaction. I reloaded my Starbucks card with $30. I bought Nespresso pods for $58. I got an iced latte when I was in Banff for $13. I was like, what? An iced latte and a wellness shot. I got a latte 2 times from Sud and Sally. Fantastic coffee if you are in Banff. I got a maple latte. that was $16 for both. I got a latte from Phil and Seb, I don't know when this was, for $7.50. And then I got a coffee at the Winter Club when I was there with my family for $6.25. So if I take out the Starbucks card reload, which is something that I do on top of my monthly coffee allowance, and I usually do around $30, so it's nothing crazy. And I also know that I drained my Starbucks card because I did get Starbucks for my coworkers. So I'm not trying to make excuses, but I kind of am. And then if I take out the Nespresso, because that's just like a home restock, I did get 5 coffees where I tapped my credit card, which again is too much, but I just keep forgetting. Okay. Entertainment. I didn't know where to put this, but we got some race photos from the 10K race that we did, and I paid $20 to download all of them. They're horrible photos, horrible, but I just wanted them. So that was $20. I bought my Halloween costume from Amazon for $86. This hurt. I actually think I might try and return it because I literally wore it for like 1 hour. Oh, and then this one, this was worth it. I am doing an ornament making class with my friend Lauren. She is a ceramicist and her company is from Tree to Sea, and it was $80, and that is happening sometime this month. I have to look it up, but that was so worth it. I haven't done it yet, but out of those 3 entertainment costs, that one was worth it. Gifts and charity. I got stocking stuffers for myself. Oh, this is funny. This is actually not stocking stuffers. These are for my advent calendar from Urban Outfitters for $33. I made a donation to the Alberta Children's Hospital when I was in Banff for a conference. There was, they were promoting a charity for a specific family, and you could buy a raffle ticket, and one was $50, so I bought one. And then I got my coworker a Starbucks gift card because she won an award for one of her clients and the work that she did with them. So that was $25. And then this was a fun story. I was excited to tell you guys. I babysat my nephew Liam, and we had a sleepover. And the next day we went to the mall for something to do. And we went to the Lego store because he loves Lego. And I told him that he could buy 2 little Legos that were like $15 each, or 1 bigger Lego kit that was $30 to $40. He chose 2 small ones, so we bought that. Then we went to Discovery Hut and he found a Transformer toy that he wanted, and I was like, okay, well, if you want that, we'll have to go to the Lego store and return one of your Lego kits, and then we can buy you this one. I didn't think he was going to take me up on the offer. So he's like thinking about it, and then he's like, okay, Auntie Mel, yes, I want to return that. He takes the Lego out of, he's 5, he takes the Lego out of the bag and he goes up, he's starting to go up to the Discovery Hut counter, and I'm like, no, sweetie, we have to go all the way to the Lego store. And he's like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And I was like, are you sure? Because it was like a bit of a walk away, and it just felt like a big to-do. But I didn't want to just buy him the 3rd toy because I'm trying to teach him some money lessons. So I'm like, are you sure that's what you want to do? He's like, yes. So we walked all the way back to the Lego store, go up to the counter. I'm like, he found something else that he wanted, and I told him that he'd have to return one of these, so we're gonna return one of them. So we did that. Then we went back to Discovery Hut and bought his toy, and it was such a cute little money lesson that I'm glad that I got to do, but in the moment, it was very annoying. I was like, are you serious? So anyways, that's gifts and charity. Treats. I got a drink from Shoppers. I don't know what this was, $4. I got candy at the candy shop in Banff for $18. $18. Oh yeah, I got squashies. They were delicious. I got ice cream from Cows in Banff for $7. I bought a random watermelon juice at the Pilates studio that I go to, and that was $14. And then I got ice cream. I got 2 pints of ice cream at Village for $22. My treats category is pretty much just ice cream. I've also started tracking my variable spending to see what I have control over. And so this month it was $5,289. If I subtract the $2,000, then it's $3,289 or whatever. Still a lot. I could definitely cut back on eating out, clothes, and what was the other one? Coffee. I don't know. It was just an expensive month. Again, it was very full. I had a lot of plans. I had family stuff, I had work stuff, and I'm just not gonna beat myself up over it. But anyways, let me know how your October was. What was like a money win and a money stressor? For me, the stressor was my car battery and my little car accident. That bill will come up in December, because I did go and get a estimate and it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. And my insurance will definitely be going up too, so I'll probably have to pay the difference. Even though I already paid my car insurance, I'll be paying more. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I faced the numbers and now I can move on. If you made it this far, comment a money emoji and tell me a money win and a money loss, or just a money win, or just an emoji. Thanks for watching. Bye.